Hello, Galaxy! I'm Chris Pirillo. I did not mean to startle you there. I was trying to figure out what was going on in general. I didn't really come up with an answer, but I do know this. I'm live right now. Thank you for tuning into another edition of the Locker Gnome Daily Report, TLDR for short. Tonight is special, not just because I'm doing it when it's dark outside, which happens earlier and earlier in the day this time of year, here in the Northern Hemisphere, specifically in the general Seattle region. But this is typically a little later than I've normally been broadcasting. I believe that the sweet spot is during my afternoon, but I've been changing up the live streaming timing because that's usually how my schedule plays out. Today, actually it was yesterday, I got a text from an old friend, Dez, and Ask Dez on Twitter, ASKDES. Just go there and say, hey, Chris is talking about you right now. Go ahead and tag him on Twitter. I'll wait. Not too long, though, but I'll wait for you to do that. I assume you also have a Twitter account. I tweeted a thumbnail, or the thumbnail for this video, like a little while ago, like 5 minutes before starting the live stream, to talk about this and what's underneath this, as well as what's in this right here. Behind me, this is what I was really referring to earlier. YouTube was doing some weird stuff on the back end. That's, the story of my life. YouTube's weird on the back end. On the front end, well, it's just as weird, especially when I'm on the screen. But this is members-only mode chat. If you are a member, and by the way, we're at 99 right now. We have 99 members. Almost made it, was this close to getting to 100 in the last live video yesterday. But 99... close enough for now. You can become a member by pressing the join button on pretty much any one of the pages that are associated with me on YouTube, and become a member and become a part of the live video and blah, 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 including getting access to Discord chat. I did mention something in there, especially when Chirag was asking, hey, is something happening today? I'm like, yeah, hey, it is. So welcome aboard, everybody. Nice to see you, Ezekiel, Ultraneros, Jake, and Santiago, as well as Earl. Earl, you got to let me know about that place in the UK that had all the cool Star Wars stuff. Because I'd be interested in that Death Star maze thing. Depending on price, though. But you gotta let me know, Earl. I am interested. Ezekiel's asking for a performance comparison between this and the Pixel 3. That may be interesting, although I'm not sure if that would be a fair comparison. I'm really not into benchmarks all that much, and I think if there was a comparison, it would probably be in relation to the cameras. So I've got this and this. This is something that I basically have to give away. There's an entirely different LG V40 in this bag, including a little stand, because see, it's a whole care package that Dez is passing along. Appreciated. See, look, it's a second LG V40, as well as a little stand and the whole little kit, and it's really not so much about the smartphone this time around that LG's promoting, it's the 5 cameras. It's a big deal. 5 cameras. Does that mean it's a better experience? I don't know. Hang on just a second. Yes, Jedi? Yes, sweetie? I think she wanted to be a part of the live video. She has a cold right now, and it's really obvious. I was trying to spare you that, but she may be popping into this video. Jedi, by the way, has been using the LG V30 for the past year. That's her go-to phone, because it's like, well, what am I going to do with it? So we installed the Star Wars app on it, and she's fine. It's got a little camera, and she uses it infrequently. But, she does have her own phone, an LG V30. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the V40. I want to say LG V40. But, they're thinking about going with that. ThinQ? See, I don't know how thin it feels yet. So I don't know if it would be the thinness or the Q-ness of the device, because admittedly, I knew it was coming down the pike, and I knew it would have 5 cameras, but, haven't looked much beyond that. So if there was any comparison to happen between, I apologize for the cursor in the middle of the screen, between this device, the V40, and the Pixel, it would probably be in image quality, as well as camera app experience. Last year, I gotta tell you, the app experience on the V30 was passable, but fell short of something that I thought was, outstanding. We'll see how LG did with this particular edition as I flip it out of the case. Oh yeah, it's finish. Ooh, feels nice and slick and smooth, and it's my favorite color. the non-color, the black, the gray. Comes with this little, tissue. In case you like cry, you're like, I can't believe I got this phone. It's really nice of them to think of that, right? Most of these companies don't think about your emotions. When it comes to this stuff. Here, let me put this one over here, the one I got to give away. Remind me, who wants it? I have, honestly, I don't do giveaways all that often. Who needs it is my question. I got to give it away. One is so amazing to have. Two, it's too much for one household, this household. But, I think it would be happier in someone else's hands, this one right here. I hear they loaded a much lighter skin this time around. To see about that. Yes, I will be the ultimate judge of, well, at least from my perspective. But my understanding is, yes, they did kind of pull back on the duplication of apps this time around, which does, speak largely to having a better experience. I'm already smudging the heck out of it. That's just a little note. But that doesn't bother me because if I, was going to use it, and it may be the case. Like, if this thing turns out to produce better images than the other phones that I've been using, I'd probably consider using it. If the software experience is solid and it produces good images. So 3 on the rear, 2 on the front with a notch. We'll see how well I can, counterbalance that if it is possible to mitigate it in settings. But this is where I'm going to flip to the book that came with the little giveaway. 100th member gets it. No, I don't know if I can do that because then it becomes more of a legal problem. It would be a gift to somebody. Though I appreciate the members. All the members out there. Getting to know your cameras. You've got a wide angle 5 megapixel and a standard 8 megapixel up front. On the rear, you've got a standard super wide and a telephoto. The super wide angle is 16 megapixels. So it's like I'm reading you a bedtime story. Once upon a time, there was a smartphone that had a better screen than the one that they were promoting last year. Preview 3 angles at once. This is pretty cool. We'll get it booted up and we'll get to that point. But capture the moment, 1 click, 3 photos. That's really neat. Taking, just getting 1 shot, composing the shot, and then pressing the button and getting 3 in 1. That's pretty cool. That's a neat little thing. That doesn't sound gimmicky. That actually sounds very useful. Take standout portraits. Okay, now we're into gimmick territory. I say that about every one of these portrait mode smartphones. Bring photos to life. Cineshot. Yeah. The software, I'm sure, worked, but it needed a lot of work last time. I don't know. I think I could trust their camera hardware. We'll see if I can trust the software. The Cineshot, or the Cine stuff last year was just... I know it was important, and I know it was good, but I just could never get it to work properly. AI cam and composition. Analyzes subjects in your frame and prompts you to choose from 4 enhanced filter options. Okay, interesting. Other specifications for the phone... Design is 6.4 full vision design. See, they stopped short from saying full screen because there is a notch. LG second year promise, free second year of limited warranty coverage, and quick phone replacement. That may be of value to many people. Speaker, surround sound, etc., etc. Because I know that LG did a fantastic job with the audio components of last year's device. Certainly in respect to other Android devices or its contemporaries. Inside the rest of the box, since this is a classic Chris Pirillo unboxing, it takes him forever to actually get to the point of, hey, here you go. Well, I did already get there. There you go. This is likely instruction manuals. Don't know if we need to read those, like disclaimers and whatnot. We've got an AC adapter for, it's general USB AC adapter. Let's see, probably a 5 watt. I'd be shocked if it was more. Hang on, I'm looking. Come on, where are you? Am I not going to see this? I figured well, it's durable. We also have a USB-C cable. Always nice to have a spare one of these. And that seems to be about it inside the box. Alright, that's that. Oh, there's the LG's promise right here. Says when you register it within 90 days of purchase, they're talking about that warranty that I mentioned as a value. Oh no, guys! Oh, this is horrible. Oh man, I can't believe it. I don't know if this has been talked about yet, but this is awkward. I'm looking at the box. Oh, I can't believe this is happening. Wow. Wow. This is either, what I'm seeing is something I've never seen before in my entire life. I'm not sure if they're doing this to kind of stay ahead of a curve or if they're expecting something to happen, but it seems to always happen to every other phone and every other manufacturer, especially within like days of release, right? I just can't believe they actually put this on the box. This is... you're not going to believe it. You guys? There's already an LG gate. Like, there's a problem. Like, they've got their own gate. Like, you know how there's, like, antenna gate and screen gate and battery gate? Well, there's now LG gate. I don't know what's going on. Why? So apparently, LG Gate. Everyone's talking about it. There's a hashtag. It's all you can't believe it. What's going on with you? You heard it here first. You heard it here first, people. There's an LG Gate. I don't know why. I don't know what. But it's a problem. I don't know what it's a problem for, but there's a problem. I don't know what that is. Everything else, I mean, it's like NASCAR here, right? But like LG Gate, like huge. The problem is so big, they had to put it on the box. I don't know what I obviously am being facetious. Let's go ahead and boot it up. See what kind of how much juice we have here. Hang on. I'm trying to boot it up. There we go. I'm inclined to use the fingerprint scanner to launch it, but it's not or to start it, but it's not already on. LG V40 powered by Android. Oh, and by the way, Oreo. I guess I've heard Scuttlebutt suggests that they will be moving forward to Pi. As to when, that's anybody's guess. But it's kind of like after you use Pi to slide back to Oreo is, well, we'll see how the cameras are. Because that, I think, is going to be the biggest selling point of the V40. Which I am interested in. Absolutely. I mean, if it produces good shots, you just can't argue with that. Who cares, which device produces the shots? You just want, great photos and video. Let's see here. I would tell you, as far as the software goes, I would be happier with an Android One device, but have yet to use a single Android One device. So welcome. I'm not really going to set it up outright. Oh, look at that. Second screen. That's great. See how they mitigate the notch? Google should have done that. So good on you, LG, for doing that. It's a new second screen. I've used their other devices that had the quote-unquote second screen before. Apparently there's no SIM card in this. I don't have a tester SIM card that I know of, but that's okay. I'll get on to internet later. Just a sec. Wait, I thought I set up the second display. Didn't I choose that? Hang on. Yeah, I chose that. I want it blacked out. Hang on. I guess I did, but it doesn't actually... What's my name? Okay. Puddingtame. CHRIS. Oh, that's not the Google keyboard. Add your fingerprint. Nah. Skip fingerprint. Oops. I'm kind of just skipping through things, obviously. Knock code. Protect your phone. Let's see here. Require knock. Oh, man. I'm just going to skip all this. I'll reset it up later, if anything. Let me turn off all the telemetry. Just a sec. Legal doc. Okay, you have to agree, don't you? Oh, it won't even... Like, you agree. Oh, there's some optionals, actually. Use of current location information, optional information. Nope, since they're optional. Device data collection. Again, you have no choice but to accept all these things. Select home screen. Home or home and app drawer. I like app drawers. Set up from mobile device, so they prompt you to set up from mobile device. Okay, there's the LG. Whoa, okay. I'm just seeing like wacky little icons. Icons I'm not used to up in the status bar. Different, like there's a different height on one icon compared to the time too. That's a little off-putting. Oh, yikes. That was not clean. The animation on the swipe away was really janky. Okay, swiped up to the app drawer. That's pretty intuitive, right there. They're going with the squircle, like the, boy, very iPhone-esque folder experience right here. That would be pretty clean. I'd be inclined to do a different launcher, of course. You know, if I was to use it on a regular basis, but I prefer Action Launcher. I know Nova Launcher gets all the cred, but like I'm an Action Launcher guy through and through. I've got it on good authority that he's launching the new version next week. Let's see here. Hey, nice to see you over in England. Glad you're able to join us. Blacked out notch bar by default. Yeah, that's what they did. They gave you that choice up front. The second screen is what LG calls it. That's the way Google should have done it. It's not too late. Google can make a change. I ended up rolling back though. I was using Nacho Notch, and it wasn't doing it for me, so I ended up just turning off the notch area altogether. My hope is that Google, maybe with an Android 6.1 update, will allow something very similar so that we're not wasting space. If LG can do it, Google can do it too. It's not a challenge at all. It's just Google's deciding not to, which is just DUMB. Sorry, I'm used to spelling out those words because we don't really talk about that kind of stuff around Jedi. Yeah, I mean, otherwise, I mean, the animations I'm seeing are pretty smooth. It was just that one swipe away that was just really blah. Change keyboard. I don't want it. Why would I change the keyboard? Why can't it? No, I don't want to change the dang keyboard. Get. Okay, it's very iPhone-esque. I mean, that's not a slag. It's just, I mean, it's clean, certainly. Fast, too. Google, well, of course, there's no internet connection. You know, I almost say maybe a little snappier than the Pixel. It feels that way. LG's skin and experience, but snappy, smooth, clean. I like how it fades in and out. Let's get to the camera. Okay, so it's funny. You know what's odd to me? So what's this whole experience about, right? The cameras, right? That's what they're talking about. Cameras. They didn't put the camera app anywhere on the default screen. Like I mean, you think if it was about the camera, they'd like front and center, right? Camera. I'm inclined to like double tap the power button because that's what I do with the Pixel. So let's go ahead and launch the camera. Opens, tag locations, later. Let's see here. Boy, it seems like a pretty clean experience. This is that triple shot. I don't need to see that information again. Let's see here. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're going to take a picture. Focus on the object in the center and hold the camera still until all 3 photos have been taken. Okay, so... Okay, that was relatively quick. Yeah, storage options, triple shot. Okay, so let's take a look. Still processing. Okay, that took a while, but it was processing 3 pictures. So here we go. Let's clean 3, 2. Oh wait, that was. Wait a minute. That was the wide angle. That was the wide angle. Huh. That was the weird. So the wide angle must have been the default shot, and then the zoom in. Relatively clean, smooth, or well, for a telephoto lens, those details are really hazy. Yeah, better at the I guess the quote unquote regular shot. Wide angle was nice, but yeah, the wide angle I think is the best shot out of all of them. The zoom, this is like it's really the details. This is on the telephoto lens. Details, just like I said, seem really muddy where they shouldn't. If that's a telephoto, it doesn't look like a telephoto shot. It really doesn't. Just let's, for argument's sake, I'm just gonna see how I like double tapping. So yeah, you don't have the wide angle obviously on this one, but I'm just gonna do that, and then for argument's sake, zoom in. Let's go boom boom 2x. Oops, sorry, that was 3x. Ah. Okay, Chris, Chris, have you ever operated a camera before? So, this is the Pixel's camera versus the dedicated telephoto. Same position. Granted, don't ignore color because number one, night mode is on here, or the night light. What do they call it? Too many night options. So in terms of the two, in relatively same position, seemingly maybe I was a little closer to the other one, but the details between the two are stark, and I don't know if you can really tell the difference. But with a 2x digital zoom on the Pixel, sharper details, like insanely sharper. Thank you, BT Productions PC. LG V40 was given a few updates for a camera. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I have to update it, but that hardware, like, it's that. And granted, this is low light, but, you know, come on, when are you ever in prime conditions? But this is... Are you able to see the difference here? Let me try to hold it up a little closer. Give me a second. Is it too bright? Maybe too bright. Give me a second. I really want you to see this, because you've got to know this is like hardware versus software, right? It's always that conversation with me. It's not the hard... Come on, I'm doing the brightness slider. Oh, that's why. Because I have to... Well, if I started sliding it, why wouldn't you just turn off auto? Obviously. Okay, let's go ahead and dim this a bit. Let's go dim. It's really wanting to make it brighter. Okay. Come on, Chris. Trust me, this is going to be worth your time. Like, you need to know this. Let's get it, like, perfectly positioned so you're able to do a side-by-side comparison. Theoretically, the brightness is okay. Now, can you tell the difference between the two? Forget... That's still a little dim. Let's try that. Okay. Is that a little better? Can you see the difference between the two? So we've got, obviously, the LG in this hand, my right hand, and the Pixel 2 in this hand. Come on. Obviously, these are things that happen when it's live video production, but I can tell up close and personal. But can you, like, specifically, like, Vader's stuff and the helmet, like his breather, his mask, the rebreather, right? Like, to me, it's like, up close, it's like night and day, dude. So, yeah, my initial impressions with that telephoto lens indoors is... Okay, so that's that. I like the wide angle. No doubt about that. Like, between the two, yeah, it's clear that, like night and day, you've got... what... Do I have to... I have rotation lock on, so I always have to remember to toggle that on. Yeah, you definitely get way more in this particular shot with the wide angle. But here's a little trick. I don't know if you would have thought of this, but I just turned the selfie cam around and pinch to zoom out and go tap. Look at that! It's a wide angle camera on the Pixel, and the resolution. I mean, it's clean. Let's see here. Actually, let's see. Holy cow, dude! Even the front-facing selfie cam. Wow. Okay. I'm trying to get a good comparison. It's really noisy. The muddied details on the LG V40, and sharper. A few more details, I think, elevated in the Pixel. And I apologize again for the brightness being what it is, but I'm doing my best. Difficult to tell the difference between the two, I think, from here, as it's not as dramatic as it was before. But if you need a wide-angle camera on the Pixel, just turn it around and go clack, whatever. You feel me? Yeah, and that's about the same. You get the same, basically, the same wide-angle type of experience. Huh. Virtually the same. Plus the HDR mode is on. I don't think HDR mode would impact the differences in terms of sharpness all that much. But I'll keep messing around with it. So okay, let's go ahead and go with their wide angle selfie cam and use it like a real selfie cam. So let's go back. Camera. No, I want to go back to the camera. There we go. How do I reverse it? And you've got the live preview option. So the wide angle versus just you. I'm gonna go wide angle on each one. See what happens. Double tap to do this. And from the same position, should I turn... I don't want to cheat this. I want to turn on HDR mode. No, that's Cineshot and all that crap. Okay, so HDR auto. No, let's always turn it on. I don't want it. I want it to be a fair comparison, because they're always talking about the cameras, right? Like, oh, it's the cameras. Let's see if I can get it. I'm trying to get like the exact same shot in each one. I don't know how well that worked, but we will find out. One of them's got my face, and the other one's got my face with a phone in front of it. So, despite the LG the the Pixel, and this is the Pixel 3 XL, being a little further back, and this one being up close, you can actually see the V40 in front of me. I'm definitely whiter in the LG V40, and details are very grainy, very muddy by comparison to details in or on the Pixel 3 XL. So details are definitely better on the wide-angle camera on the Pixel 3 XL compared to muddier details on the V40. Welcome, Richard Jones. Congratulations. We've now hit 100 members. That's so awesome. Thank you. We're at 100 members. Now, onward to 200 members. See here. So the cameras... Yeah, so I wanted to do the selfie. I wanted to see how the selfie worked, and I wanted to see like that the front facing camera. And I mean, there are 5 cameras. Nobody's debating that. I wasn't even planning on doing a first impressions, honestly, but I think this is relevant to do. Anything else I should do on here? One thing that I know I've enjoyed or appreciated in using LG's software before is how they handle the navigation buttons, the bar. Oscar Ferranzi Fawcett. Hey, wait, you're a member. You don't have to super chat if you don't want to. Just want to say, loving your content, have done for years, and I value your knowledge and experience in the tech industry. Good luck. Thank you. Although I need to set expectations. Creator Decks is happening. You know, like a company that's a platform for creators. We're going to start building tools for fellow creators. That is something that my head is absolutely wrapped up in right now. And, you know, for other video content, I'm interested in pursuing the Inspirational Evergreen series, and I don't think I'm alone. When I produced that video uploaded it, I wasn't the one who produced it. A lot of the feedback was generally positive. Certainly wasn't talking about smartphones and what have you. So anything else apart from those camera experiences? First impressions, I mean, I'm not off-put by it. I think it is definitely a value to some people out there. Yeah. Because I can't test the network because I don't have a SIM card in this. Though again, I have to say thank you to Des for helping make this possible. And maybe like I said, I'd be inclined to try a test in another environment, but if it can't handle low light that well, I don't know. Maybe let me try another shot. Maybe I wasn't being fair. Trust me, I'm like, hey, if it produces a better photo, you can't argue with it. Camera, some installed the Google Camera app on the V40, it did very well. That wouldn't surprise me. But it's not about that, it's about that default experience, right? This is what they're putting out there. So I'm gonna hold this perfectly still. HDR is on. Wait, I want to triple shot it again, just in case. Triple shot. It's a very wide angle. Very wide angle. Okay, now double tap. Oops, was I moving? Well, even if I was, usually the Google, yeah, even in moving, the Pixel handled it pretty well. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna zoom in on some stormtroopers, and this is in the default shot. So we're going to see what we have here. I apologize for not being able to see as well as half y'all, but let's see if we can get it zoomed in a bit. I can't zoom in as much on the V40 as I can on the Pixel. In terms of a stark contrast, honestly, I'd almost say ooh, wait, hang on. I was ready to say it was a wash, but a lot of the... Whoa, dude. Massive amount. Oh, my God. Like an unusable... You got to see this. You really do. The noise is crazy. The lack of detail is crazy on the LG V40. Can you perceive the noise on there? The problem is that you're not able to see it up close, but you can see in this look at the photo frame, specifically the black photo frame, and the details around the Vader cup there, like specifically on the V40. I don't know if you're able to pick up on the just incredible amount of like gloopiness, like I'm looking through a filter. Okay, wow, that's strange, because in the shot below, the stormtroopers on the shelf, they're a little more crisp, a little blurry, but not as bad, not as dramatically bad as what it was on the top. Okay, that was the regular shot. The telephoto. Okay, so this is interesting. This is the telephoto lens, and it's beyond unusable. Forget the brightness. Just look at how blurry everything is. Everything is blurry. So it wasn't able to get a proper focus on it just by pressing the triple shot button. Let's go ahead to check out the wide angle. Can't zoom in all the way with the wide angle, and when I do go all the way, it's definitely not using HDR because the boxes here are blown out. But you lose a lot of detail. I mean, it's wide angle, but the detail in these troopers is just gone, beyond gone. Like you can't. It's like I said, it's hard to translate, but it's not a very sharp image. Now, since I do not have a wide angle camera on the Pixel 3 XL, I'm gonna cheat it and double tap. Oops, let's try to approximate. I didn't tap to focus on the other one, so still took a shot. I'm just curious to know how oh my god, yeah. The selfie camera is like sharper, like incredibly sharper by comparison. Oh yeah, I didn't turn on the fingerprint scanner, I forgot. Incredibly sharper on the front facing wide angle. Oh wait, I didn't even wide angle it. Hang on. I apologize. That would have been a false test. Okay, now it's wide angle. Okay, there we go. Let's see. But, yeah, I mean, there's my head in the picture. Yeah. I think you get a few more. I'm just going to have to eyeball it here, but they're close to about the same. I would say, no, they're the same, but I would say the Pixel 3 XL definitely edges it out in terms of sharpness and clarity. Couldn't tell you about the color outright because I'm not calibrating anything. Retaining textures. Yeah, there seems to be less blur on the Pixel than on the wide angle LG V40. So there's a round of camera tests. Guess I'll have to retitle this video unboxing and camera test. Live camera test. I obviously haven't tested the video. I could, but I can sit here and tell you that the LG V40 will probably blow the Pixel 3 XL out of the water in terms of video quality. Certainly audio quality. I don't think that's even a challenge. External mic or not, Google needs to adjust its settings on the microphone. They needed to do it last year, and they didn't go far enough, but we'll see how well they do it today. Does it not just incorporate... Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that question. I apologize. Not just incorporate the best aspects of all three cameras, or literally always three separate photos. Well, that is just triple shot. It takes three separate photos, which I'm sure in the best lighting conditions is stellar. I was just testing it. I was like, oh, yeah, why not try all three shots at once, right? Maybe it's different when you use each individual, like, camera, like, dedicated. I don't know if that's the case because it seems to be taking each shot successively, through each lens, right? So it's doing that. It's just doing it with one button press. I really don't know. LG did a good job, but their camera software has let it down. Funny because one camera versus three. Well, it's not about the amount of cameras. It's how you use it. It goes back to software. Every single time goes back to software. So if you want me to test the camera even more, I'd be more than happy to. Like I said, continue to fiddle with it. We've been Jedi's been thrilled with her LG V30, and it's been quite serviceable. Not that we've done much with it. This is Android Oreo. I wonder if they move forward, and they say they will move forward with Pi. If the software experience will change any. That I don't know, honestly. Yeah, the giveaway. I like I said, who needs one? Because I have 5 cameras in this little camera bag. I have another one of these that is not going to be here for long. I just don't know. That's the problem. I know there's a lot of people who could certainly use it or would want to use it. There's no rules. It's just like, oh, okay, I've got one to pass along. I don't know how I'm going to qualify it, but it will go to one of you. That's all I can tell you. Because, the whole thing about giveaways is, the thing that, obviously you have this, and I'm happy to be able to do this, but the thing that always concerns me about promoting giveaways is they usually reward the wrong people. And plus, there's a whole series of legalities around giveaways. Like, you can't even begin to imagine the hurdles that you have to jump over to make sure you're okay. How's the LG software? Maybe I got to dig in a little deeper, but, my first inclination is, okay, well, this looks different. Once you're past the launcher, and that could be swapped out, it works. I like how they have organized their settings, certainly. There doesn't seem to be a lot of duplicated software, comparatively speaking, like in terms of, it's their calendar and then the Google calendar, right? So they've eliminated a lot of that. Settings have surfaced just about anything and everything that you might expect. I'm not perceiving that. I mean, like I said, I saw a little bit of frame droppage up front, but I could attribute that to a million different things. Oh, swipe over for Google. That's nice. Wow. God, and here you thought that was only on a Pixel. Maybe it's on other devices as well, but that was kind of a nice little surprise. So yeah, either one, Jake. You get hammered either way, and plus, then the people who don't win get mad at you, and I'm like, I'm really not into that. I just thought, okay, we'll do an unboxing, we'll, talk a bit about it, and that's exactly what I did, and here we are, 36 minutes later. I wasn't thinking it was that long. My God, I apologize, everybody. I'll just keep talking. Honestly, I'll be here all night, just talking to myself. No, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'll figure out, how and who to give this away to. So I guess stay tuned for that. I'll be back tomorrow for another discussion, live naturally, and maybe at a slightly earlier time than tonight. I tend to get to the end of the day and I'm like, I'm so burnt. So I apologize if my energy level was not what you expected. If I'm a little under Chris Pirillo, I think I'm getting sick too. I kind of feel that tickle in the back of my throat. Not a fun thing to do, but I will still be here, come rain or shine, thick or thin, sick or in good health. Till death do we part. I think we just got YouTube married right now. I have to take you on a honeymoon. I'm pretty sure that's what has to happen. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you VT Productions PC for yet another super chat, the last super chat of tonight's broadcast. Thank you. That was kind of fun. I enjoyed myself. Hopefully you did as well. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the Force be with you.